episode of War. I don't know why I say that, but anyway, why not? Why not? And today we're playing a completely new game that we've not played before. Just stirring a bit. So let's have a look and see how we go. I've not played it before, so I don't know how long it's going to take, so it shouldn't take too long. So this is the first time I've actually played it. That's better. I could hear. I couldn't hear for a minute. Then I was wondering why I couldn't hear. Let's turn that down a little bit. Still a bit loud. That's better. That sounds better. Right. New game. Let's go for story mode.
The coordinates brought us to an uncharted peak. A great mountain rising from the lightless depths, shrouded in mystery. We thought we'd prepared for everything.
This is the USS Salem requesting aid. We have negative rudder control and are taking on water. Our tank mechanisms are unresponsive. Current position is 5-8 TAC 5 1 decimal. Oh my God. What is that?
How little we knew. The abyss hides more than ancient ruins and lost history. And our arrival has not gone unnoticed. In deep waters, the smallest ripple can change everything.
Well, now, this seems interesting. I saw someone playing it the other day, Party Elite, and it was from watching him play that made me interested in the game. I normally don't. I've been looking for a different game to play instead of the same usual games that I normally play, or I know I tend to play a lot of Warhammer and Warhammer 40k based games, but I just wanted something completely different, something to sink my teeth into, and something where I didn't know what was going to happen. So we shall see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to load. As I say, this is the first time I've played it. I watched about 15 minutes of Party Elite playing it on YouTube the other day. So, but here we are. From what I can gather, it's set in the style of H.P. Lovecraft, and it's supposed to be a bit of a horror game. I think if you know what XCOM, or it's like a squad type thing where you move around and you take your turns to move different squares. It looks good. Just hope it loads quicker than Total War, because that loads forever. But I am going to get an SSD in the next month or so I'm going to move at least Total War, maybe some of the other games over, and then at least the loading time should go up. So I do apologise for this loading time, but no, this is the first time I've ever loaded it up, so I don't know how long it's supposed to take. And also with streaming, especially on Streamlabs, there's some games that if you start the game up, you can't then go over onto the second screen and then pressing start streaming. Some games, once you've pressed that, you can't go back over, so you've got to start streaming before you actually load the game up. But this one seems like it might have worked. Probably I should have tried this before. It probably would have been a better thing to have done than just, let's just give it a go and see what happened. I probably should have at least tried loading it up and see how long it took. Come on, don't say you've crashed. It's got to be doing something. Come on. Come on, load up. How long it would take? Surely it can't take that long to load. Well, at least something's happening. At least something's moving. As I could see, those 3 dots were moving, so it made it look like something was happening. Come on, load up, load up, load up. Oh, something's happening. Where am I? Right. Welcome to Stirring Abyss. You begin the game with 1 diver under your control. Your first objective is to find a way out of the cave. Move the diver by right-clicking on the tile you wish to move to. Divers have action points which determine how much they can accomplish on a single turn. You can spend an action point on movement in one big move or a series of smaller moves, as long as you do not take other actions that use up an action point in the middle of moving. Divers normally start a turn with 2 action points. You can see action points as orange ovals under the diver portrait at the top left of the screen. So that must be action point and action point. So you can do movement, movement, or movement, attack, or attack, attack. So a half oval is an action point currently used for movement. Close. Right, let's have a look at a man himself, Lieutenant William Ross. So it's 12 agility, so that's -3 to critical strike chance, -3 melee aim, 15 insight, plus 15 endurance, 16 strength, sturdy, always the last to leave the barracks gym, plus 15 maximum health, explosives expert, desperate times call for innovative measures, active. Go back to that, sorry. Cluster shot. Fire a projectile filled with explosives, dealing a small amount of damage to the initial target. The cluster bombs attached to the spear then break off and deal heavy damage to the initial target and to all targets adjacent to it. 7 minus 10 plus 30 minus 3. 36 damage. Cooldown 6. Cost all available action points. Speed. Confirmed kills. Meters moved, damage dealt, health lost, damage removed, damaged, health gained, sanity lost. Ooh, sanity lost. Level 1, weapons specialist, medics, quite a lot. Diver's knife. There aren't many problems a good sharp knife can't solve. Active damage 13 to 19, aim 67. Action 1 action point, defensive posture, brace for impact, there's the explosives. Corruption. Corruption level affects many things in the Abyss. For example, it makes enemies stronger and will cause more stranger, more mutated enemies to appear more often. Ooh. Right, so here we are. Lieutenant Roth, 127 health. Let us move about. Ooh, Eldritch activity. Lieutenant Ross swears under his breath. A corpse. Of all the caves in the ocean, there is a corpse in this one. That can't be a good omen. Although the uniform is old and the years have taken their toll, it is clear that the deceased sailor was an extremely high rank, not a man who would be unceremoniously buried at sea under normal circumstances. Mutiny? Perhaps. Or battle. There are no answers here. All Ross knows is that he would rather avoid suffering whatever gruesome fate claimed the man. Lowering his head in respect for a fellow sailor, he moves on. So we get clues. Used to unlock various upgrades for your crew on the Enigma board and to research equipment blueprints. Ooh. Control the camera, move the mouse to screen edge by holding down middle mouse and dragging. So, aha. Right, there we are. Right. Standing orders. Escaped diving suit. I think that sack is from the USS Salem. We should check it out. You have found your first item, a spear gun. Divers can normally carry 2 items at a time. Take the spear gun with you by right-clicking it or dragging it out of the container and to one of the item slots on the right side of your action bar. Most items cost action points to use. The spear gun, for example, costs a minimum of 1 action point and uses up all extra points for increased accuracy. Loading the spear gun also takes 1 action, so plan your actions carefully. Alright. So, spear gun, and it goes into the inventory. Surprisingly, many problems can be solved by 40 inches of steel. Active. Fire a spear gun projectile at the target enemy. Can hit other targets nearby if the projectile misses the intended target. Action points spent beyond the first grant bonuses aim. First grant bonus aim. Loaded ammo 2 of 2. So you can use it 2 of 2 times. Right. Let's move over here. Ooh, what? Whoa, that's a big jellyfish. Maybe I can get around it somehow. Ooh, it's trying to avoid me for a moment. Something's moving out there. Combat. You've entered combat. To use the spear gun, click on it on your action bar, then click on the target used to fire at. You can also use a melee attack that costs 1 action point, but you will have to be next to your target. If you choose to use the spear gun, use your shots wisely. If possible, make sure nothing is blocking your view. When targeting, objects that are on their way will be clearly marked. Be aware, if there are friendly divers in the target area, you may hit them. Let me just have a quick look at the side of the screen. Void Marrow used to subject the crew to strange but useful mutations, okay. Scrap metal, basic material used to repair the USS Salem and for crafting equipment. Chemicals, rare materials used primarily for crafting medicinals and explosives. Copper, used for repairing electronics and for crafting special equipment. Clues, used to unlock various upgrades for your crew on the Enigma board and to research equipment blueprints. Supply, special materials used for healing, diver health and sanity on the USS Salem. So I guess that in this game, sanity and corruption are actually quite big things. Right. Aim 67, 74% chance. Defense -7. And I missed. Ooh, 10 damage. So that's obviously my health bar. That's my air. So under the water you've got oxygen, so you've only got so much oxygen. The broken jellyfish lies deflated at his feet. Tiny electric discharge is still visible within the pale membrane. Ross is no expert on these creatures, but he knows they don't use electricity to hunt or defend themselves. An entirely new species of Sycophozoa. Syphozoa, in a different make it an easy word to say then. In a different context, this would be a great biological discovery, but right now it's only putting him more on edge. Clues +5. Alright. Oh. Navigating the gloom of Ekaman, Lieutenant Ross comes to an abrupt stop. A motionless figure lays hunched against the rock wall, clad in one of the expedition diving suits. He is not alone. Rushing to the side of his fallen comrade, Ross is relieved to see small bursts of bubbles escaping the exhaust vent of the suit. Out cold? Perhaps, but breathing. This is Lieutenant Ross. Can you hear me? He can only hope the radio transceivers on both suits are still functional. The moment of silence feels immeasurably long, till a faint reply echoes inside his helmet. I'm here. Copy. I mean, it's Seaman Davis, groggy and confused, just as he himself was upon coming to. What's going on? Where am I? Not a lot of answers as yet, Seaman, Ross replies, forcing calmness and confidence into his voice. Get up and check your gear. We have a lot to do. So what's the plan? How are we getting out of this one, Lieutenant? This is First things first, we have to find the USS Salem, and quickly. Yes, sir. No time to waste. Okay. Agility, strength, endurance, insight. Opportunist, expert backstabber in any sense of the word, always hits on attacks of opportunity. Marine, semper fidelis, provides immunities to physical debuffs, increased armor for several terms, +5 armor, cooldown 3. Duration 3, cooldown 7, cost 1 action point. Delirium 0, that's always good. What's my captain's delirium? 0 as well. Right. You found a second member of the expedition crew and are now controlling both divers. You can switch between divers by clicking on their portrait on the top left of the screen or by clicking on their model. Your divers also have skills to help you survive the abyss. Mouse over the skill icons on the action bar to learn their function. More skills are gained as divers level up and progress through the game. So, diving suit remaining. He's not got a lot. Ooh, we've got another one of these jellyfish. Right. What was that? Right, you. No, I meant to click on. Ooh. I've got 2 of these. I need to be careful not to split my troops up. I often do that in games, split up and then before I know it. Ah! When alone. I think he's figured that one out. Let's try stabbing this. Oh, hit him 1. They just keep coming. Ooh, maybe I could kill this one. No action points. I'm moving out of the way then. Ooh, he missed. He's gonna try and get me. Right. I intend to kill this thing. No action point. Have a bit of that. Can there be? I don't know. Ooh. I'm out. This must be the ocean floor. Anything interesting or unusual around? There's some scrap metal here. Should grab it just in case. There's a light just north of me. I think it's the USS Salem. That's what I want to hear. I'm right behind you. Right, well. Let's get out of here. So we want to get up there. I'm loving the feel and atmosphere of this game. I really am. And I love the graphics. Ooh, copper. Find and enter the submarine. Right. Let's see if there's anything else. One of your divers is running low on air. When divers have 7 or less turns of air left, they start suffering from hypoxia, which drains small amounts of sanity. Running out completely deals heavy damage each turn. You can refuel air by using an oxygen tank or finding and using an air vent on the sea floor. In emergency, you can also evacuate divers before the mission is completed. Which he's got plenty of air. I could just explore a little bit more. There isn't anything, then you can come over here. Ooh. Carefully ascending the sturdy anchor chain, Ross reaches the airlock contraption at the con. The mechanism opens with ease, just like in training. He can't wait to be inside and shed this damned suit. Gunter is a mess, with miscellaneous equipment strewn haphazardly all around the small room. First things first, though, the control room. The lieutenant kneels next to the hatch and pulls. The heavy steel door gives way with a tortured creak, revealing an almost still surface of dark water. The ship is flooded. Panic rears its head within Russ. The USS Salem is their only way home, the only hope of seeing his family again, if it is too badly damaged to move or even surface. Focus. The sub is floating, which means there's plenty of air inside it somewhere. All they need to do is pump the water out of the flooded sections and get the equipment in the control room operational. He's not going down without a fight. Well, alright. So he needs to come over here. Yay! So we're both now on the sub. Jolly good, jolly good. Ooh, mission successful. We've got 3 copper, 3 metal, 14 clues, threat neutralized 3. Covered most ground in challenging terrain. Ooh. The USS Salem is your base of operations through Stirring Abyss. As you progress through the gate, you can use power and other resources to restore functionality to the Salem. For example, to unlock the ability to heal injured crew members. You'll need to pump the flooded control room to access other rooms. Click the drop symbol on the room to pump it. Pumping costs power, which replenishes during missions. You will also need some scrap and copper to repair the control room. The Salem also has an inventory that contains crucial supplies. Drag items of the inventory and into divers' inventories to take them with you. Diver inventories can be accessed beneath their portraits at the top of the screen. So, flares, medikit, shrapnel charge. He's got a spear gun and he's got flares already, so if he took a medikit, and he took that. But anyway, so, launch new missions, repair control room. Enigma board, enhance your crew's repairs, officer quarters. Ooh, right, let me pump the room, allowing access to it. Cost 6 power. Recover resources medikit. So there's the power that you've got. Copper, clues, supplies, chemicals, scrap metal, void marrow. Ooh. +1 medikit. Repairing the control room is no longer flooded. However, some of the critical systems room have been damaged and must be repaired before it can be used. Mouse over the repair icon on a room to see its repair cost and click the icon to restore its functionality. Five scrap metal, 3 copper. great machine comes alive slowly. Machinery still locked behind the flooded sections, responding to the call of the control room. The hum and vibration of the engine brings hope, but not as much as the blinking light on the radio panel, the emergency beacon locator. Tens of diving suits, each fitted with a transmitter, are missing from their storage. Only one signal is active right now, but perhaps the others are just out of range or temporarily disabled. To the difficult repairs and the haunting emptiness they found on the USS Salem, it feels good to have a clear way forward. Much remains to be done aboard ship. Most functions are completely offline, and the rest is held together by the power of duct tape and positive thinking. To make things more difficult, the wiring manual is in the control room maintenance cabinet. Has escaped its waterproof casing. The old girl is going to need some serious dry dock time, when they get home. One more wire. There we go. The radio array is up and running. We've got a signal. We'll have to move the ship, but it's not far. The old girl can limp that distance even in this shape. Ooh, so I take it we're moving from there to there. Expedition lost. Find out what happened to the rest of the crew. The signal is coming from somewhere nearby. I don't want to be out here either, but the others need us. Yes, sir. Duty calls. Let's bring them home. Keep an eye out for the wiring manual as well. Without it, we're in a real pickle. Crew classes. Divers come in 3 different classes: officers, crewmen and scientists. Each class has access to different skills and different strengths and weaknesses in combat. Crewmen are melee orientated and will often be found in the thick of battle. Officers and scientists have more access to range and support skills. Alright. We've got something over there and something over there. So you go this way. You come this way as well, and then we'll go this way. But we need to be careful, we don't know what's out here. Oh dear. Oh, you know it. What? What? Now I have made a mistake. Quick tip. Searchlight, submarine skill and the flare items can be used to scout ahead into the fog of war. And what else have we got? He's got a medikit, spear gun. I probably should have given a shrapnel charge to him. I have a bit of that. Typical. You'll feel my wrath in a second. Submarine skills are available on the top right part of the screen, and they do not. Right. Right. I am going to have to nip away for a minute. So let me see. Save game.